Today on CityCast Nashville, it's the year 2025. Can you believe it? I'm joined by executive producer Whitney Pastorek and Hey Nashville newsletter editor Margaret Kingsbury. Together, we'll share our top suggestions for things to do in Nashville this month. Are you like us and feel those winter blues already creeping in? How about trying ice skating or heading to the Country Music Hall of Fame? It's free for locals this month. Not your thing? No worries. Why not check out a drag brunch at Zany's? Still not into it? How about taking a trip to Murfreesboro to visit a dinosaur museum? I had no idea we had one. Or listen, you can ditch all our suggestions and just stay under your weighted blanket and binge watch TV. But you'll be missing out on everything our city has to offer. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, in addition to these monthly guides, here at CityCast Nashville, we bring you daily episodes with stories that connect you to the city you love. It's Thursday, January 2nd. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's so great to be back with y'all. Did y'all have a great holiday break?
Fabulous. Margaret?
I did. Yes, lots of playing cats.
Yes. Margaret,
yes.
Are you excited for school to start, Margaret?
I am, because I need the break, but then I'll be welcoming illnesses back into the house
Right.
too. So
Right.
it's a double-edged sword there.
Look, it's January. It's a new year. It's a fresh slate.
The seasonal depression is creeping in already.
The sad, but days are getting
sad.
longer.
That's true. Oh, I cannot wait till I can go for a walk at 4:30 with the sun shining. Well, so what do y'all do to beat the winter blues? Do you get out there or do you just stay at home under a weighted blanket like myself?
I often read more books in the winter than any other season. Just cuddle and read.
But Marie, you have activities. You do stuff. You do more stuff than Margaret and I put together.
I try. I get out there as a single lady out on the town. But what caught my eye last month, Nashville Scene actually had a cute little date night suggestion for the holidays. And I thought, it doesn't have to just end there, folks. And I specifically like this date night activity for the winter time because you can park in one location at the Frist Museum and go to the Frist, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Oh, no spoilers for this next segment of the podcast,
For the next
Marie.
segment.
Hold it together.
I know. But
Okay, you can go to the Frist.
You can go to the Frist, which is amazing, and they can, validate your parking and get some dollars knocked off of that. But then you can go over to Union Station, go and have a cocktail there, and then walk to the Finch, which used to be one of my favorite bars in Nashville for about 20 years. It was the Flying Saucer.
Oh, yeah. That's the one with all the beers, right?
Oh, I used to go to the Flying Saucer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret. You used to go.
bar?
I did. A bar?
Yes.
Wasn't that
like
an amazing bar?
15 years ago?
But that's how long that place was open. I mean, you had like a 20-year span to go to the Flying Saucer.
Are they closed?
They are closed, and now
This
it's
is news to me. I'm just now finding out.
They closed. It was so sad. I basically had just moved back to Nashville. I was like, great, at least I can move here and go to my favorite bar. And then they closed.
So wait, what is it now?
Now it's the Finch, which I have not been to, but this is what I'm putting out into the universe to manifest a date so I can go.
Finches are my favorite birds.
We had a great ice storm in the 90s here in Nashville, and my sister's finches froze to death. Fun little story. Yeah.
Happy
New Year!
Happy
New Year. No, we had no electricity for like 10 days or so.
Oh, wow.
And my parents, we should have just gone to a hotel, but we all just stayed in the den and had the fire going. And I guess somebody forgot to bring the finches in.
The great ice storm of 94.
Yes, exactly. Lots of trees down, lots of birds died inside and outside homes.
So in honor of those birds, go check out the Finch.
Yes, on your date night.
That sounds nice.
Other winter activities, ladies?
Well, I did used to love growing up in Houston. Obviously, we did not have winter time so much, but I did used to love going ice skating at the mall, at the Galleria. And I know that there are ice rinks here, although I've not been to any of them. Do y'all have the skinny on anything like that I could get into?
I know that the Ford Ice Center out in Bellevue has open ice skating. I've never been. I am clumsy. I'm terrified of ice skating. To be
You've never
honest.
taken your daughter ice skating?
No, I've never been ice skating.
Oh, well,
No.
That would be fun to watch, though. Well, growing up here, we constantly during the winter time would go to the Centennial Sports Complex. They have the most incredible ice skating rink. And for those people who do not skate, they even have like the walkers that you can have.
Oh, yeah,
That's me.
yeah.
Which is fun. So it's perfect for children. They have skating lessons. All the time when I was there growing up, there'd also be like professional skaters there practicing. So you kind of get like a whole range of, beginners to intermediate skaters out there. But everyone has always been very respectful of where you're at and your skating skills there. Also, they have great concessions. So you can hop off the ice and get some hot chocolate or a hot dog or some nachos.
Hot things.
Yes, hot things.
That's
which
nice.
Also, I just love.
And it really is pretty reasonably priced. It's $7 for ages 13 and up, ages 5 to 12. It's $6, and kids 4 and under are free. It is also free if you want to just go and watch your friends fall and enjoy the concessions. That's free. And, that reminds me, I think a great thing that people can do, it's the new year. Some of you might have health or fitness goals. This would be a great month to check out your local community center. Nashville has this incredible network of community and recreation centers, and they have pools. They have gym weight things. They almost all of them have basketball courts. You can do pickleball. You can play bingo. The Shelby Community Center down here has roller skating around in the gym, and they are almost all free. Sometimes the classes might be a small fee, but for the most part, it is the cheapest fitness option in town. Plus, you'll be around people in your community. And if y'all want to learn more about how to go to Centennial Sportsplex or where your closest community center is, it's both on nashville.gov. It's under parks. Just scroll through the menu to get there.
No matter what you do not join the YMCA in January because it ruins my workout schedule with their masses of people that join in January.
Heard.
It is my favorite place in Nashville. All of the Ys I love. Green Hills is all, totally renovated, which is amazing. The Margaret Maddox is great. I even drive out to the Donaldson one sometimes for the classes. But no matter what I say here, do not join.
It's a wonderful resource. Do not join.
Yeah.
Do not join.
Tips for parents. There's childcare.
Yes.
During classes. And then if you need financial assistance, they have income-based plans and memberships.
They do, which is awesome. So there's lots of options out there. If you're feeling like you want to go on a health kick, by all means, take advantage of these lower priced things. You don't have to go to 24-hour fitness. But if you don't feel like you want to be fit, you can also, again, just do like me, sit on your couch, eat flamin' hot Cheetos, and binge watch Parks and Recreation for the 45th time.
Well, one thing that I think is so cool that Zany's Lab is doing next month, and this is somewhat of a new thing, but they're doing drag brunches every Saturday. And are y'all ready for these themes? Because I'm not. Okay. January 4th is Wicked.
Yes. They're holding space for Wicked.
They're holding
January
space for Wicked. They're holding space for Chapel Roan fans on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And then get this. SpongeBob SquarePants on the 18th.
Nothing says sexy to me.
Well, wait for it. Golden Girls drag brunches on the 20th.
I love that one.
Rue McClanahan was very sexy.
I know.
Blanche.
Blanche just a hottie.
All that silk.
Yeah. So I love all of these, and they're at 11 o'clock on Saturdays at it's the new theater next to, like the original Zany's. They opened a new space called The Lab at Zany's. So all those drag brunches are there. So check them out.
I love that. It's cold. It might be rainy. It might be blustery. What are some nice indoor activities? Maybe museums?
Yeah, there's lots of great museums. I'm going to start with the Frisk since we already talked about that one a little bit.
On my date night.
Yeah, on your date night.
Where's Marie going to find love?
Yes. Their current exhibition is Journey Through Japan, Myths to Manga. They have like cat-themed Japanese stuff and Hello Kitty.
I love it.
They also have the Martin Art Quest inside. But if you'd rather go on a date night, college students, it's free on Thursday evenings from 5 to 8 p.m. I used to go here on dates with my now spouse.
Cute.
So it can be a really nice little date. And yeah, it was really cute. They have a little cafe in there. Sometimes we went to the Flying Saucer, which is no longer there.
It's no longer there. I have to shout out Art Quest is absolutely an incredible space for kids. And not only like elementary kids, but babies. I used to take, when my nephews were babies, we would just throw them in there and they loved it. And so I plan to go. My godson is turning 2 in April, but he hasn't gone yet. And I keep saying, because I'm a member, I want to bring him. And there's just so many fun activities in Art Quest. And also, hot tip, if you go around the corner where the bathrooms are, there's like a long hallway. And so when the child is screaming and crying, you can just let them free range down that hallway.
Oh, nice.
Art
It's like
Quest.
a dog park for a baby.
It's like a dog run for a baby.
They have some kids art up there too from like local schools.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's
one
so
of my
fun.
favorites downtown is obviously Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. That's what I've named as my favorite thing in Nashville that seems like it's for tourists, but really is for locals. And I'm excited because this month is pay what you want admission for locals. So you can get there for a lot cheaper. And I think parking is even discounted at the park across the street down to $10. So that is a great opportunity. Y'all, if you have not been, it is not just let's go learn about mainstream country music. It is like the history of America, but told through the artifacts of people stretching all the way back to the start of the genre. I think it's super neat. Plus, Hatch show print is in there, and I freaking love it. You can see their giant printing presses and pick up old posters or new posters, whatever.
It's a hot deal because that is not a cheap museum ticket. And so for it to be free for the whole month of January.
Let's pay what you want.
Am I bad if I just give nothing? No, I will.
Speaking of free museums, though, I could give you a free museum.
Ooh, give us a free one.
The Tennessee State Museum is free. And it's really nice in there.
It's so fun.
And there's hardly ever anyone there. Whenever I go, it's like maybe 20 people in the whole museum. So we should be taking advantage of that. It's absolutely free.
What kind of stuff is in there?
Dinosaurs.
They have like ancient history. They don't have dinosaurs.
They don't? I thought that they had like don't they have like a breakdown of the prehistoric?
Yeah, they do have that. They don't have any actual dinosaur like
T-Rex in there. Oh.
Maybe that was just in my imagination.
There weren't any T-Rexes in Tennessee. There was a saber-toothed tiger.
Well, you know what? I could segue on that too, except I wasn't ready to segue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue and then we'll segue.
Yeah, so it's free. They have ancient history about the Native Americans who lived here. It goes all the way up to today with country music as well and other musical movements. And they have a good children's area too. It's good for all ages, but there is a children's area that is free and fun to play with on rainy days. And then afterwards, you can go get food at the farmer's market.
Yes.
Go to the bicentennial carillon bells and listen to those.
That's just like bells that ring outside.
They play music.
Right.
You go on the hours.
It's just bells. It's not like a pipe organ. I don't know what a carillon is.
No, there is a pipe organ. It's in a room over there.
What? This is all new to me.
Have y'all not done this?
No.
I've definitely been in that circle with the columns where the bells play, but I was not aware of a pipe organ.
It looks like a pipe. Yeah, it is a pipe organ over there. It's in a room and you can watch it playing, ringing the bells.
Ooh.
But it's not just bells. It plays songs on the hour. And then on the 15, it plays like mini songs.
Obviously, we all need a refresher on what exactly a carillon is and how it works. But that's nice on a mild January day. That's a beautiful walk from the State Museum. And parking's really easy over there. It's pretty much free. There's still parking all through Bicentennial if there's none in the lot. I think that's a great suggestion, Margaret. But wait, you seem to allude to there being dinosaurs.
And T-Rexes. Earth Experience. This is out in Murfreesboro. It's a natural history museum. Mainly, it's a geology museum because there's tons and tons of rocks in there. It's a small museum, but it is so worth going. And they have a replica of a T-Rex skeleton.
Yay!
So it's not the actual skeleton, but it's a replica of it. And it's really cool. And there's real geologists that work there. that you can
Ooh.
chat with. And I feel like this is a under the radar museum that a lot of people don't know about. It is a little bit of a drive because it's in Murfreesboro and traffic can be a nightmare, but
Sure.
it is a fun museum to go to.
I just heard of this incredible, I have not been, but some comedians the other night were talking about Bonchon Korean fried chicken. There's locations in Smyrna and Murfreesboro. But we don't have one in Nashville. But so I would say when you're hitting up that dinosaur museum, go get some Korean fried chicken as well.
I love that. Make a day of it.
Well, if we don't want to go to any museums or, get some Korean fried chicken in Smyrna, Whitney, where can we go? Any hot concerts happening in Nashville this month?
It's kind of a sparse month for concerts. It's a sparse month for everything, folks. We should all be resting. We should all be not drinking, and we should be resting or recreating. I feel like I'm telling everybody how to live their lives. It's kind of a sparse month for shows. There's a couple things I'm really excited about, but here are some of the things that are probably worth checking out. Ringo Starr at the Ryman, January 14th through 15th. He's got a new country music album out. You've heard of Ringo Starr, right, y'all? He was in this little band called the Beatles. It's the band that Paul McCartney was in before Wings, the Beatles. So Ringo has got a new country album out. It's produced by T-Bone Burnett. He'll be at the Ryman for 2 nights. That could be great. The War and Treaty is sitting in with Nashville Symphony, January 16th through 18th. Mickey Guyton, another absolutely stunning country voice. She is doing a tribute on January 19th for MLK Weekend. That's also with the Symphony. Also on January 19th, Martin Lawrence, the comedian, is at Bridgestone. Kelsey Ballerini also rolls into Bridgestone on the last day of the month. She couldn't be more cheerful, and that's January 31st. She'll be there. I'm excited about Chicago at TPAC starting January 28th. It is the Broadway series version of Chicago, so you're going to get that awesome Fosse choreography.
Ooh.
We all love Chicago, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Margaret, you didn't start
Very much.
singing. I just wasn't sure.
I almost went, psh,
Oh, yes, they both reached for the gun. I love Chicago. And here are the 2 things that I'm the most excited about, though. The first Grand Ole Opry of their 100th anniversary year, which is 2025, is tomorrow, January 3rd. It is the first 100-year Opry, and that's with the great Whispering Bill Anderson, Craig Morgan, the lovely and talented Charlie Worsham, and a lot more. And that's going to be at the Ryman. Remember, the Opry moves into the Ryman for the winter months. So they're not out by the mall. They're actually at the Mother Church. But then my biggest concert recommendation for January happens on January 12th at the Basement East. It is time to get your frustrations out. And as she put it, cheer the F up. She did not say F. At Brittany Howard's Nashville Hardcore Benefit Show. She will be there with her punk band, Kumite, which means sparring in the language of karate, plus Second Spirit, Inner Peace, and Sniper. It is a fundraiser for Second Harvest Food Bank, Nashville Launchpad, and the Southern Movement Committee because, as Brittany puts it, quote, it's hardcore as F to community organize. And once again, she did not say F. But I could not be more excited for this. You can tell that Brittany Howard, formerly of the Alabama Shakes, now with this amazing solo career, she has this hardcore beast in her just waiting to come out. I mean, she's the most badass guitar player, and you can hear in her voice that she's just ready to scream. If you go listen to 13th Century Metal, especially live, or the title track of her new album, What Now? The hardcore vibes are there. So that's going to be a great, hopefully sweaty, hopefully loud, and cathartic night at the Basement East that I'm psyched for. Margaret, have you ever been to a hardcore show?
Depends on what we're calling hardcore.
How would you define hardcore?
No, I have not. Probably not in the popular mainstream definition.
What's the hardest core show you've ever attended?
Once I was working at a stadium. I can't remember where. It was in Nashville. And Cisco was there doing the thong song.
Oh my gosh. Dong, 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 dong.
Cisco was opening for NSYNC.
Oh my goodness.
But for some reason, the Cisco's what I remember the most. I mean, I was working. I was working a pizza stand, so.
Oh, that is
Wow.
so cool. Wow.
NSYNC wasn't hardcore, but Cisco.
Cisco's more hardcore than NSYNC. Come on.
Marie, what is the hardest core show that you ever have attended?
Oh gosh. I mean, I went to like weird raves and stuff in New York, but I don't remember them very well.
Yeah,
They were pretty hardcore.
understood.
How about you? Pearl Jam.
Well, no, that's not hardcore. Okay, that's grunge. Jeez, don't mock me.
No, I love Pearl Jam. Are you kidding me? It was one of my first cassette tapes I
They're
ever
coming in
owned.
May, but we have to wait till the May guide to talk about that. I'm going to say it was not here in Nashville. I actually haven't really been to anything super hardcore since I've moved here to Nashville, but I did at one point. I was at a festival in Seattle where Iggy Pop was performing, and I was right against the front rail. Like, that's where you want to be for Iggy Pop, you know? You want to be right up front so you can get like spat and sweated on. And then Iggy Pop said, I want to see every single person in Seattle up on this stage. And then every person behind me started climbing over me to get on stage.
See, that's
and I
my
thought
worst.
I was going to die, but it was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what I think we should end on since we're getting into this hardcore rock and roll,
Yeah, we're so rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, I just want to mention that Zulumination is still going.
Yes.
Which is so hardcore. I love it so much. But I like the fact that it goes till February 9th. So people can still go. And then Cheekwood lights in this weekend, January 5th.
Ooh, and then also Cheekwood comes back to save us at the end of January. On January 25th, they start their big like orchid show thing. And what sounds nicer in the wintertime than being in a warm and damp greenhouse with a bunch of orchids? You can step into an elegant mini world of towering orchid displays cascading with color throughout the historic mansion.
That is true. I have gone to the orchid show, and you get a nice tea from the cafe and you walk around, and it is quite lovely.
I love your dedication to a hot beverage, Marie.
I love a hot beverage with a little alcohol in it sometimes. Well, I think we have successfully given the Nashvillians what they need for this month.
We're excited to kick off this new year with everybody.
It's going to be metal.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!